Vernors. It's no secret that Windsorites love their Vernors. If you've lived in Windsor at any point in your life, you've probably tasted it. The bubbly beverage has been a Detroit institution since 1866. One of the first Vernors soda factories sat at the foot of Woodward along the Detroit River. Look closely, you could see the sign from Windsor. Vernors was invented by James Vernor in 1866. Vernor was a pharmacist working on a recipe for a tonic to aid with upset stomachs. Legend has it that Vernor left a batch of his special elixir in a wooden barrel for 4 years while he was off fighting in the American Civil War. After the war, Vernor returned home to Detroit and sampled the contents of the barrel. It was at that time that he discovered that being sealed in the barrel for 4 years gave the brew a new special flavor. A legend was born. Try it for yourself and see. You may recall that during the pandemic, Vernors was very hard to come by in Windsor. The reason for the shortage in Canada was that Vernors production was halted at the Mississauga plant. The only way to get Vernors was to go to the US, where production never stopped. Since the border was closed and most Canadians couldn't go over to the US, that meant that we had to go without Vernors for a long time. There are always exceptions though, and the border remained open for essential workers, and some smaller Canadian stores never stopped getting grocery shipments from the US. So if you wanted Vernors during the pandemic, you could technically still get it, but it was very hard to find, and a little bit more expensive. I remember driving all the way to Amherstburg to buy my wife a 6-pack of Vernors for Christmas in 2020. She loved it so much. We took forever to drink it because it was so rare we didn't want to waste it. Over time, the border reopened and Vernors began to flow freely again. Canada started up production again at the Mississauga plant, and I, for one, started to drink a lot more of the bubbly ginger pop. So we now have access to both American and Canadian Vernors at the same time, an embarrassment of riches. And it was at that time that some of us noticed something strange. American and Canadian Vernors tasted different. It's not a major difference, but there was a noticeable difference to not just me, but to others as well. But to me, the American Vernors just taste stronger, better. Was I being deceived by my taste buds? I needed to investigate further to find out if it was true. Right away, we can see that the cans are slightly different. That's to be expected, but look close. The calories are different as well. Canadian Vernors has 130 calories, while American Vernors has 140. One is made in Mississauga, and the other one is made in Plano, Texas. The American Vernors has another ingredient as well. The American Vernors has high fructose corn syrup listed as an ingredient where the Canadian one does not. So perhaps the high fructose corn syrup is what gives the American Vernors its extra bite. What do you think? Can you taste the difference between American and Canadian Vernors? What's your favorite Vernors memory? Let me know in the comments section. I have a Vernors t-shirt that I'd like to give away. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, Michael Evans, Windsor, Ontario. It's from the fine folks at Soda Pop Brothers, now home to Black Cherry Vernors, fresh from the Vernors factory in Plano, Texas.
And here comes the Vernors.